Okay, so I picked this topic about 3 or 4 weeks ago, actually. It's been on my mind. It's been something that's been fascinating me with regard to how generations can influence the fitness industry, not only the fitness industry, but industries in general. And as it happens, this topic is now more poignant than we realized, obviously, with the sad passing of the Queen. And it just highlights, Andrew's coming in, it just highlights how as one generation moves on, another one just fills the gap, right? And the message from this is this, that we've got to embrace life, enjoy life, and make the most of it at the end of the day. So here we go. How generational influence has impacted the fitness industry. Is Andrew in here? Andrew, hello, good morning. Nice to see you. Is he just joining? Yeah, good stuff. That's it. Well done. Okay, so let's get cracking. Here we go. Okay, first quote I'd like to introduce this topic with is, we are witnessing a seismic change in consumer behavior. That change is being brought about by technology and the access people have to information. As we've all seen in the fitness industry, it is having a remarkable impact on how we operate. Hands up, who remembers having to make a phone call from a phone or a phone box or landline or a telephone box? Yes? You don't remember that? I know you do. Yes, you do. I don't know about Evie there. Who can remember the first mobile phone? Yes. Did you have one of those first mobile phones, those bricks with that Miami Vice style? Yes. Yeah, that's it. That was it. Who remembers when the World Wide Web was invented? Yeah. You remember that? It was a bit like, what's going on here? This isn't going to last very long, is it? That was, what year was that, do you think? 1989. Okay, that was 1989. So in the days pre-internet, fitness was seen and marketed largely through television, newspapers, magazines, and the all-important word of mouth. Fitness fads came and went, and industry leaders could follow consumer behavior with consummate ease in comparison with the hyper-tech and hyper-evolving environment we see today. Fitness is different for every generation, as we probably see in our day-to-day lives. How we market fitness and nutrition, how we innovate new products and solutions, all the way to the social perception of exercise and the technologies that reshape the industry, fitness is always evolving according to generational shifts. And I would, if you've got a pen or paper there, just to make notes, I would highly advise just making notes as we go through on this one. Okay. Knowing who your customers are is great, but knowing how they behave is better. Do you know which generation you are, firstly? Yes? Hands up who knows what generation they are. Do you know? Evie, do you know what you are? Yes, good.
Yeah, I think I'm a millennial.
You are. Yeah.
Mark,
what are you, Mark? Do you know?
I'm the old generation.
You are.
When my son-in-law told me the other day I was hitting a midlife crisis, I told him that's a great compliment because I'm way beyond midlife.
I think you're a baby boomer, Mark. That's what you are. More importantly, do you know which generation most of your clients are? Yeah, it's something to think about, really important. So today, Meeting of Minds will be focusing on understanding how these generational shifts and consumer behavior will affect your business, how to appeal to an evolving market, and the characteristics to look out for to reach your audience through marketing, plus practical applications to include in your business strategy. Okay. let's just have a look at an overview of what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to talk about generational marketing and how you can use that to really target your audience. Defining the generations. So we've got 4 generations we're looking at today. Baby boomers, Mark, age 58 to 76, not saying what age you are at all there. Generation X, that's some of us here. I'm not saying it's me, but it might be. Generation Y, we've got Evie there. I think Andrew could be in the millennials as well, and a few of the others. Generation Z, no, maybe. Have we got anyone under 25? No. Okay, no. We're also going to be looking through each one and their unique consumer behavior and some practical strategies to market to each of these cohorts. And we'll finish with some takeaways. Okay. So we can all agree that fitness and good lifestyle habits are beneficial to us. But you might find that your millennial clients don't understand the importance of mobility and breathing, or your boomer clients are mystified by the exuberance of high-intensity interval training and selfies. So according to Jennifer Pippin here, fitness marketing expert, there are major differences in how we speak to each generation. Each generation has distinct attitudes, as we probably know, behaviors, expectations, habits, and motivational buttons, okay? Being aware of this can help you tailor your business, marketing, and more importantly, foster deep, long-lasting relationships with your client base. So let's have a look more at each of the generations in turn and some of the strategies you can employ. So, baby boomers. Is that Mark there? No, it's not. Aged 58 to 76. Born in 1946 to 1964. Okay. Does anyone know why baby boomers, why that name has been given to these guys, this generation? No? Mark, you might know. Yeah.
Post-war, I think.
Post-war, you've got it. So post-war basically emanated from that overwhelming desire to start families after soldiers returned, coupled with a sense of confidence that the coming era was going to be safe and prosperous. This generation remained a large segment of the global population, largely down to the healthier living than their parents and advancements in science. Along with their unique fitness needs and active aging goals, older generational groups are fertile ground for your marketing, okay, and particularly having them as one-to-one clients. According to Kenneth Cooper here, according to this guy whose 1968 best-selling aerobics novel put modern exercise on the map, baby boomers led an unprecedented fitness revolution into a kind of golden era of health. In 1968, less than 24% of American adults exercised regularly. By 1984, that figure had risen to 59%. The most recent Ursa Health Club consumer report identifies 3 key characteristics of boomers that can help drive growth. The first, baby boomers, and you've probably found this with your older clientele, they are loyal. Goodness me, they are loyal to the providers. So unlike their younger counterparts, they're more likely to remain loyal over the long haul. Taking health club activity as an example, between the ages of 55 to 64, the average member tenure is 7.1 years. For those over the age of 65, the average tenure is 7.3 years, and the average member tenure for the 55 plus group is roughly 2 years longer than Generation X, which is the younger age group, and more than 3 years longer than the millennials. Okay, just giving an example that they really are loyal. They stick with their programs. And furthermore, baby boomers are more likely than any other generation to remain a member for at least 10 years. Number 2, baby boomers are frequent exercisers. Due to their high amount of free time, they're able to fit in workout time more often, also have the flexibility to fit in workouts around your schedule, Mark. So you should have plenty of time to exercise, plenty of time to exercise on the spot, okay? Number 3, baby boomers are the wealthiest generation. Okay, according to Deloitte study, boomers had nearly 80% of the wealth in the US and will continue to be the wealthiest generation until 2030. Over the next decade, boomers represent the largest reservoir of wealth and disposable income and are in prime position for us as fitness trainers, as personal trainers, group fitness trainers, to invest in their well-being. Overall, baby boomers form an underserved market with huge potential. They're loyal, they're flexible, and with a high disposable income. Serving this generation may be short-term play compared to attracting younger generations, but as they say, there are riches in the niches. Okay, so what are the best practical strategies to reach out to this baby boomer generation? First of all, speak their language. Okay, if you've been in the industry for as long as I have, the last thing you want to be doing is undermining them. Okay, remember they're in the maintenance mode in terms of fitness. You may be surprised that the channels that you're using with other generations work for this cohort as well. Most boomers embrace social media, but make sure that the language and the images that you use in marketing don't inadvertently discount them as a viable audience. Okay, a marketing message like reach your goals and get the body you always wanted isn't likely to resonate as well with a boomer as with a millennial. The same point applies to images. A boomer might assume a specific class or service isn't for them if social media channels exclusively share pictures of younger clients. Okay. Number 2, never underestimate them. While it's important to be inclusive of the 58 to 76-year-old bracket in your outreach efforts, avoid mistakenly putting them off by using outdated imagery. That's because most boomers don't think of themselves as old, and they rebel against any portrayals that play into stereotypes of slowing down. Number 3, this is a big one. Encourage trials. We've said this before. Encourage trial sessions and classes. Baby boomers aren't typically impulse buyers, so they're going to conduct plentiful research before they buy. While many have aggressive fitness goals, they're also aware of their limitations and the need for specialized attention more than any other generational group. For that reason, it's wise to encourage them to have taster sessions before they commit, and why they make the perfect loyal personal training clients. So that's the baby boomers. Let's move on to Generation X, which is aged 42 to 57. I'm not saying that's me. I'm not saying it's any of you there, but it could be. But we can identify with some of these characteristics. So some 88% of Generation X's have reported concern about rising inflation in June 2022, compared to 72% of millennials and 70% of baby boomers. And this was taken from Fortune magazine very recently. The X in Generation X might as well stand for extra expenses, as our generation, sorry, I didn't say our generation, Generation X's are struggling to meet multiple financial obligations, competing for space in their budget. As the quote says, Generation X stands out for its pessimism about retirement. Consequently, the Gen X lack a good work-life balance and are typically at the peak of responsibility in terms of career and family life. I think that resonates with some of us. Their social life often suffers. Social life, what's that? And their life is a constant tussle with stress management. They can be characterized as independent, skeptical, and also tech pioneers. So how can you reach out to this overstressed and overworked generation? The most obvious strategy is to focus on activities specifically designed to relax and disengage the mind from stress. Incorporating a more holistic approach into your program. If you do a lot of high intensity interval training, try and incorporate some yoga into that, breathing exercises, etc. That program will certainly appeal, including the yoga, the meditation, and mindfulness as well. Number 2, Generation X's are typically self-informed and liable to do comprehensive research online before making a purchase. So it is really important to create a website that answers all of these questions before they even ask any questions, okay? Including details on services, testimonials, and this is the important one, be as transparent as possible about pricing, okay? Don't say prices on appointment or prices on, on contact, for example. Number 3, market the social aspect to Generation X's. Being time poor means they have little time for socializing and community, as we discussed. So building an online and in-person fitness community where clients can essentially meet each other and share the pain is a big win. Start with taster sessions, like with the older generation, and introduce question and answers into the program at the end of the session, just to get meaningful conversation going and that community going as well. Number 4, recognize the power of video and paid social ads. This is a big one. So reaching this generation is far more effective if you can target them through Facebook and Instagram. Remember, Facebook was their first social media platform. So they tend to be more active on this channel, and posting video is always a more effective medium. Okay, moving on. So we're getting younger. I'm not getting younger, but we're getting younger. Generation Y, Evie, millennials, here we are. This is you. Let's look at them. Okay, so age 26 to 41, born 1981 to 1996. Millennials and the generation that follow are shaping technology. This generation has grown up with computers in the palm of their hands. They are more socially and globally connected through mobile internet devices than any other generation. And they don't question, they just learn. So dubbed Generation Active with their younger counterparts, Generation Z, the millennial generation view exercise as part of their overall health. Exercise for the millennials is about lifestyle attached to it. It's part of their persona and general interest. This busy, tech-savvy generation gravitate towards quick yet effective workouts like HIIT and CrossFit. Steer away from the activities that require more time. So what are the tips to attract Generation Y? Tech it or leave it. Research suggests millennials demand a seamless and connected workout experience which suits their busy lifestyle and enables them to work out on their terms. From a one-to-one and group exercise experience, this means getting a fully integrated hybrid model. So not only having in real life, IRL, virtual and at-home workout solutions will really benefit as well. After all, you do need to remember this, and it's something that really goes along this millennial generation. They can be fly-by-night, okay, in terms of unlike the older generation, they will pick things up. If they see that something's not going right with the program or they're not interested, they'll go on to something else straight away. So it's really important that you can include opportunities to work out everywhere and to try and keep them within your community. Okay, just reaching out to all those channels will keep them with you. Create an experience. Studies have found that millennials would prefer to spend money on an experience rather than a thing, which is one reason they're drawn to new fitness adventures and, more importantly, adaptations on the normal exercising behavior or normal exercising workouts. Offering unique spins on, for example, HIIT, adding yoga, little spins on kettlebell training, adding some meditation, adding some Pilates in there. Having those little twists, those little spins on it will really attract the millennial generation. They like things that are cutting edge. Number 3, appeal to their tribe mentality. Encourage clients to take photos and videos in sessions to reshare, as this generation is known for its love of social media, okay? And lastly, number 4, we've talked about this before, but personalization is massive with the millennials. This generation are obsessed with apps, tracking progress, and other biomarkers. So be sure to integrate as much tech feedback into your personal training as possible. This will ensure clients are accountable just to you and obviously themselves, but more importantly, stay with you. Okay. Let's move on to Generation Z. These are the youngies coming through. Generation Z will know more about healthy lifestyle and healthy living from a very young age than any previous generations, which means a fantastic and great future for the fitness and well-being industry. Together with the millennials, this generation is the future of fitness evolution. And grasping these concepts and grasping the consumer behavior of these groups is absolutely essential if you want to stay ahead of the rest here. Okay, really important to highlight this. The emergence of Generation Z signals an important landmark. Never before in history has there been an entire generation unable to remember a world without internet. Just keep that in mind. They are characterized as being tech savvy, immersed in social media, and know more about healthy living than any previous generations, with mental health at the forefront. Interestingly, studies have also highlighted that Generation Zers exhibit attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors that combine their tech with elements of generations past. In 2017, a major study was conducted which found that they're very conservative and careful with money, having no expectations on social security or ever having any state pension. So already thinking about saving for the future. Okay, it's probably come from obviously the parents going through hard times, etc. Interestingly, research also suggests Zers' primary interests involve family and education and not celebrities, social media, and the pursuit of experiences like the millennials. This is very interesting. I've seen this with my children. They can see the transparency in social media now. It's been around long enough. They can see through all these, beautiful body images, etc. And they just use it as a learning platform now. Social media is a lot more about content, learning, than it is actually, trying to be the same as a lot of these role models. So how do you engage the Gen Z market? Firstly, like the millennials, personalization is top of the list. Okay, they want to see measurable stats. They want to see progress with activity levels, sleep, heart rate variability. Now and in years to come, fitness tech will be dominated by the Gen Z demographic. Number two, this is a big one. Promoting mental health is absolutely so important. Provide activities that fuse conventional training, like we discussed with meditation or breathing exercises. This highly sensitive group to anxiety and stress, particularly post-pandemic, will gravitate towards programs that nourish the body as a whole rather than specifically focusing on physical fitness. Promote green values. Thanks to Greta Thunberg, Gen Z believe the older generations are destroying the planet and have an overwhelming expectation for environmental peace. Promoting green and employing strategies to turn the planet net carbon zero are a win-win for the environment and for your business, and in terms of attracting this generation. So examples would be suggesting, refillable water bottles, cycling rather than driving to work, and making eco-friendly fitness decisions. Fourthly, offer on-demand services to supplement your one-to-one or group training. Gen Zers are always on the moon with their phone in hand, socially and professionally. So offer them the ability to work out on demand with group fitness recordings or personal workout videos to attract and retain their custom. You do not need to go overboard with doing videos, long 45-minute videos to really get them. They want snackable, okay? They have a short attention span here. So just giving social media, particularly what we're going to come onto here is YouTube. It's really important just to give literally 2-3 minute little workouts that they can copy and take on board. Number 5, be open to a different price structure. This is important. Remember that Generation Zers are frugal with their money and most are starting their working life. If you'd like to attract a generation that could add longevity to your business, embrace a cheaper pricing model for one-to-one training, or adopt a subscription-based group workout model to appeal to their tribal mentality like the millennials. What you can also do, I was speaking to Evie just very briefly earlier, what you can also do with the online stuff, virtual training, offer the discount. Okay, you're not traveling anywhere. Offering that discount is going to give that other option. If people come to you and say, listen, times are hard, and times are hard at the moment, energy prices are going through the roof, say, okay, I understand that. Well, how about if we do online training, some virtual training? It's 25% cheaper, and you're still going to get the great results, so we can be tracking you. They'll be like, okay, yeah, let's try it. So it really is a great entry point into getting them on board with virtual training. As discussed, number 6 is be on YouTube with this group. Okay, absolutely. I've seen this. I see this every morning with my children. Research actually suggests that 70% of Gen Zers turn to YouTube before making a purchase. Sample workout videos, intellectual wellness talks, or instructional videos will all appeal to this group. So let's have a look at the takeaways. In my opinion, grasping the behavior of the new generations coming through will allow you to evolve and adapt to the future market, keep your business fresh, and place you ahead of the competition. For a sustainable and successful fitness business, it's ultimately down to knowing who your target market is, the trends in their consumer behavior, and have the ability to apply this practical marketing strategies to attract and retain the business. Above all, and don't try to do this, you identify your target market and stick to the game plan. Don't try to appeal to the masses, because it won't work. You have to identify that target market. Andy, see you. So let's just give you a rerun of everything here. Baby boomer generation. They're loyal, they're flexible, they're frequent exercisers with high disposable income, okay? They will provide stability in your business, okay? They really will. I've seen this from, doing 25 years in this business. They are my bread and butter. They stay with me all the time. Some of my clients I've had for 25 years. They have been to my wedding. They've seen my kids grow up. I've seen their kids grow up, more importantly. So just think in terms of, having that foundation of your business. It's really important to get them on board. Don't think that they're all, has-beens. Just think they really will be those loyal followers of your business. Generation X, they're pessimistic about retirement. They're stressed, driven to earn with limited time to exercise. How do we get these on board? Offering hybrid. Yeah, the hybrid approach. It's great doing one-to-one in person. How many people here get cancellations when you're doing in person? Yeah, there's a lot of cancellations, right? When you're out and about and you're seeing people and they cancel within, a couple of hours, and you've got that, you're traveling to people, you're going to houses and they do that. You've got an hour to spare. If that happened when you're at home doing an online or a day virtually, doesn't matter, does it? It really doesn't matter. It's very, very different. So it's important to do that, have that hybrid model in place. Okay. The millennials, you're the pioneers, Evie, in tech savvy, aren't you? You really are. You've got limited time to exercise, so quick fix workouts work with you. Making them an experience, not a thing. Okay, you've got to be different. You've got to try and keeping that workout fresh. Adding bits of meditation in there, adding bits of yoga in there. There's no right or wrong with exercise. Yeah, it's all about getting people moving. Generation Z, the up and coming generation, they are tech savvy, in tune with health and well-being. Remember, they're immersed in social media. And they also require the holistic approach. Be prepared particularly with these Gen Zers and millennials, for clients to come and go. Okay, just be prepared for that. Don't take it personally. I've been through this, particularly with, I do a virtual workout series, which is subscription based and would be a great way for you to get additional income as well. Doing group exercise classes on the spot, getting people to subscribe to that, you're appealing to the younger generations there. Okay, it doesn't matter, if they come and go, that's fine, absolutely fine. But it just means you can get that price bracket down. Okay, the one-to-one training that you're focusing on, you're going to be focusing on the older age brackets there, unless you want, a quick fix transformation. But even with those transformation packages, it's unlikely you're going to get many of the younger generations doing that. Okay, I'll leave you with this quote. Every generation laughs at the old fashions, but follows religiously the new. Okay, all that means, it's just meaning embrace change. Okay, don't be stuck in the old ways of training. Don't be stuck in the old, with that your ideas, the things that worked in yesteryear. It's all about the now. It's all about embracing evolution. For if you want to succeed, you have to follow the new and the new generations coming through. Okay. Last of all, there is one more generation, guys. There's one more generation coming through, which will have a profound impact on where the fitness industry is going. And they are called Generation Alpha. Have you heard of Generation Alpha? So they're going to be, just being born now to 10 years old. And this is what we are going to focus on in the next seminar, the next meeting of minds, because they are going to be the future of fitness. If you can have a knowledge about the trends in their consumer behavior and what's coming up in terms of what they're doing at the moment, and I myself have got experience with 2 of them in this age bracket, then it will set you up nicely to really plan for the future and what will work for them. Okay.